Sir, you have no authority for what you're about to state because what you're about to state is incorrect. That's not the way it works. You don't get to make the rules.
I'm not.
I'm ordering a competency.
It's against my religion to adhere or to assimilate to any statutory.
As it stands right now, this proceeding is not on indigenous land.
Well, that's a matter of perspective, sir.
It is. And the only perspective that's going to matter on that is mine. Young man, you're going to figure out something. We're playing by my rules, not yours. So you do not say.
All right, guys, today we've got Judge Simpson facing off against a stubborn, idiotic sovereign citizen. This guy pulls out every card in his sovereign citizen playbook, and it does not go well for him. He's literally grasping at any excuse to get out of the situation, but Judge Simpson is not having it. Things get very, very heated. While you watch, let me know in the comments, do you think this guy is actually mentally unwell, or is he just putting on an act? Let's dive in and see how it all started with this sovereign citizen and Judge Simpson.
Kade Living Trust and the registered owner of the Tariq Moritari Kade Ex Relatione Kingdom Wilson Estate.
Right. So you are appearing here without an attorney. I do have to advise you that you are charged with the offense of fleeing and eluding in the third degree under the Motor Vehicle Code. That is a felony punishable by up to 5 years incarceration and or a $1,000 fine plus court costs. Additionally, the Secretary of State could suspend your driving privileges for up to a year. Do you understand that, sir?
I comprehend.
Do you understand?
I comprehend, yes.
The court has to further advise you that if you wish to be represented by counsel, the court would ensure that counsel would be appointed to represent you in this matter, and that you would have counsel if you could not afford to hire counsel yourself. I also wish to advise you that the court would be treating you the same as it would the people in this case. There are certain dangers to representing yourself in this matter, in that you will be required to abide by the Michigan court rules, the Michigan rules of evidence, and all of the cases and statutory requirements. You understand that?
I do not.
You do not. What is it about that you do not understand?
It's against my religion to adhere or to assimilate to any statutory.
Sir, I'm not asking anything about your religion. It is irrelevant to me. I am indicating that in this proceeding, you will be required to abide by the rules of this court. Do you understand that?
I'm having a hard time understanding why or how religion doesn't play a role. How religion does not play a role.
Religion does not play a role in what I do or what this court does. There are certain rules of this court established by the legislature and the Michigan Supreme Court regarding how these particular proceedings will be conducted. These proceedings will be conducted in accord with those rules. Do you understand that, sir?
Well, according to the American Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples.
This is exactly why I love Judge Simpson, a no-nonsense judge who doesn't put up with any of these sovereign citizen shenanigans. Honestly, we need so much more of that. Half the judges I post on my channel are way too soft on these people, and we need more like Judge Simpson. These sovereign citizens think they can just talk their way out of any situation, but you can literally see this guy not even understanding what he's saying. He's just reading some script in his head, grasping at straws to try to get the case dismissed. It's honestly insane the lengths these people will go to avoid accountability, like they've never even heard of the law. Honestly, I blame the schools for not teaching us anything, but the US legal system is based on facts, not the nonsense they spout about sovereign immunity or freedom from authority. I know these guys are kind of harmless, but should we start taking sovereign citizens more seriously today, or just let them keep entertaining us? At this point, they're basically a circus show. Let me know what you think.
what you're about to state is incorrect.
Well,
If you were on indigenous lands, if that's where you're going, then maybe you might be right. As it stands right now, this proceeding is not on indigenous land.
well, that's a matter of perspective, sir.
It is, and the only perspective that's going to matter on that is mine. We are not on indigenous lands, subject to indigenous or tribal rules.
Is there
You
a
are
law?
subject to the rules of the Michigan Supreme Court as they are promulgated, both in terms of procedure and evidence. Do you understand that that's what's happening, sir?
I do not.
What is it that you do not understand?
I don't understand.
Because I'm going to tell you something, sir. If you are unable to establish or understand what I'm saying, and go through this with you again, I have to assume that there may be some reason why you don't understand. This court will take precautions to protect your rights, and I will be sending you for a competency evaluation to make sure that you are competent to stand trial and to stand in these proceedings.
Well, I would agree to a competency if the prosecution as well as the court and the officers agree to take a competency.
That's not the way it works. You don't get to make the rules.
I'm not.
I'm ordering a competency.
I'm not making.
Defendant is ordered for a forensic evaluation. I will set a competency hearing in this matter for July 25th, 2024. At what time? At 9 a.m. Now, sir, I'm going to ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Because it's going to depend on where you may be staying for a period of time. If they send you information as to when you have your forensic interview,
Yes, sir.
are you going to cooperate and attend that interview?
Under threat and duress and coercion, yes.
Pardon?
Under threat.
I can literally feel Judge Simpson about to erupt right now. I've seen him blow up before, and trust me, this guy is so close to getting hit with a contempt charge. You can literally see it in his eyes. He's trying to keep it together, but this dude is pushing it. Seriously, this guy must have had some paint for lunch, because I am losing brain cells just listening to him talk. He's completely out of his depth, and you can just tell the judge is waiting for the perfect moment to bring down the hammer. This guy seriously needs to watch his mouth before Judge Simpson slams him in jail. Let's dive back in and see if he keeps pushing his luck.
Pardon?
I mean, yeah. I mean, is this what are, excuse me, what are you relaying to in regard? What are you insinuating in regards to where I will stay for a time?
I'm going to make sure that we are going to have our forensic interview done. I've ordered a forensic interview. I am asking you whether or not, when given notice of that interview, whether or not you are going to voluntarily cooperate in that interview.
I will take the interview.
Excuse me?
I will take the interview.
Anything from the people?
Would the court ask the people to prepare the order for the competency?
Yes, please prepare the order for that. Is that your address, sir?
Excuse me? That's correct.
All right. All right, very good.
And so I will send a copy to that address.
Very good. All right. This time then bond is continued.
Yes, sir. And I'm sorry, can I get that date again, please, sir? If I can put it in my calendar.
July 25th, you were supposed to, so I'm assuming you're waiving it. You were supposed to file your motion with.
I
the
did.
court.
I filed it.
When did you file it?
I brought it in today.
Do we have it?
I gave it. I mean, it was stamped and everything. I gave it to the reception.
Why didn't you file it before today?
Well, as I stated at the last hearing,
No, don't go through what you
a week.
stated at the last hearing.
Well, you
You
asked.
knew that, no, you knew it was supposed to be filed before the day. Young man, you're gonna
That's it.
figure out something. We're playing by my rules, not yours. So you know, do not say anything. because you're going to figure that out real soon. Do they have it?
I have not received a response yet.
Since I'm sending in for a competency, I can't hear that. I can't hear his motion in any event. So I won't hear his motion at this time. He'll have to refile it timely if he's determined to be competent. So I'll have his bond continue. He can go.
I
What?
didn't get the last part that you said. The bond continued and what?
I said you can go.
Oh, okay, no problem.
I posted the second half of this video a while ago, so make sure to check that out if you want to see the follow-up to this idiot's hearing. But seriously, if Judge Simpson gave me the death stare after all of those dumb questions, I'd be shaking in my boots. My whole approach in court would definitely need a rethink. These sovereign citizens though, they've got a serious ego problem. I feel like some of them know they're wrong but will never admit it. There are definitely some who actually buy into this nonsense, but for others, including the guy we just watched, it's just pride that won't let them back down, even when it's crystal clear they're out of line. It's honestly wild how far they'll go to avoid being held accountable. Speaking of accountability, let's talk about Judge Simpson for a second. This guy is literally doing what the law is supposed to do, keeping people in check. I wish all judges acted like him. Too many are way too soft, especially on sovereign citizens. We need more judges like Simpson who drop the hammer and don't let these people get away with nonsense. Honestly, if we sent all these people to an island or a secure facility where they couldn't clog up the courts, the world would be a better place. But it starts with judges stepping up their game. Let me know what you guys thought about this hearing. This one was pretty entertaining, and the guy's argument was mostly just basic religious stuff, nothing too crazy at this point. But as always, watching these complete idiots clog up the court system is still ridiculous. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I post every single day, so stay tuned. Appreciate everyone watching, thank you guys, and take care.